Hello everyone, I'm in the middle of the work, but I want to show you how to remove the front bumper and the headlight of Lincoln MKT. This is a 2011 MKT. So in order to remove the front bumper, there are three bolts here, 5.5 millimeters, and on the other side, on the other tire, you remove those. And when you open the hood, you will find two bolts here on the left and right, 10 millimeters, and there are plastic bolts holding that. And in my case, there were no bolts under the bumper, so you might have them. Three bolts, you have to remove them as well. It's a 10 millimeter bolt again with a 10 millimeter socket. You can remove them, and then when you remove all of those, you can hold from here and gently pull it, and it will pop up, and do it the same for the other side as well, and the bumper will come. So I don't know if you can see it, but the fog lights are connected, so if the bumper falls down, those cables might break. So in order to uh, prevent that, I put something underneath the bumper so it falls down on this box and it's not going down, so the fog lights are safe in that case. And the reason I removed the bumper is taking off the headlights. So in order to remove the headlights, again, there are three 10 millimeter bolts. One is here, you remove that, and two will be in the front. One is up and one is behind this bumper here, somewhere here. One is on top and one is on here. Three bolts. So after removing the headlight, so this is the final look. So I'm going to clean this with a rubbing alcohol in the end, and I also sand that the glass, and I will do a painting for this one. Actually, my headlights were leaking water, and I watched a video from Chris Fix, and he was using a vinyl caulk. I tried that one. It worked, to be honest, but in 1 year it started leaking again. So I think the best to and this leaking is taking off the front glass and doing a re-gluing with a butyl. So I'm going to do that. Yeah, it's taking time because I'm as you see, I'm removing the residue in the headlight, and it took me around 6 hours to take everything. So I used a screwdriver, and frankly it doesn't break, although although the screwdriver kind of hurt the plastic, but it's still fine. So I'm going to continue to share the results. So as I say, I decided to take this video in the middle of the work, but if I see anything interesting, I will keep posting. And thank you. Yeah, I forgot to show the inside. So as I said, since it's leaking water, you see the water drops in the headlight. So I'm going to clean these as well with water and clean towel, and then a rubbing alcohol, so I don't want to leave my fingerprints. And I hope it will be fine. It will be looking better. Hello again. Now I cleaned up everything here. Here you see. Yeah, here. The crack is cleaned. I removed everything and cleaned it with alcohol, 91% isopropyl. Isopropyl, I don't know if it is good or not, but yeah, I did it. I could use silicone actually, maybe caulk or something like this, but on the internet I saw that people are using butyl, so I purchased 7mm butyl here. Now I'm filling the crack with this one. Then I will put it in the oven and hopefully I will mend this up. So when I removed the case, I found that there was a crack, so I glued it with a epoxy, and I'm using this one. It was really nice. So when I was also removing, there was a crack on the headlight. I'll show you, yeah, at the bottom, yeah, here. So I also put some glue here, epoxy, and it's really firmly holding, so it's good. Yeah, my experience, there was already a protectant on the headlight and it was peeling off, so with a sandpaper I removed everything, but in my opinion I shouldn't be doing that because the resulting is not good. I didn't like it. It looks foggy. So for the other headlight I didn't do it. I used a 220 grit sandpaper, so it's not good. Don't use that one. At least use maybe 1000 or at least maybe 500 and more. So this was the other headlight, and you see it's peeling off from here, but this time I didn't sand off everything. I only sanded the problem part, and I think it's better. And for the headlight restoring, I use this product. It looks okay to me. At the beginning I was planning using a lacquer, but don't use it. It is not recommended, so I gave up and I used this Rust-Oleum White New Headlight Restore. It's okay in my opinion. And on the box it says it will last for a couple of years, and that's okay. So it's also coming with its own sandpaper. Let me show you. Yeah, this one. This is for fine sanding. This is the first application. Next you apply this one, this side, but they are still, you don't feel like it's like a sandpaper, but it's removing the corrosion. Okay, I hope it helps. Thank you. Yeah, I put it in the oven right now. Actually, I did the first round and glued everything here. You see, glued the glass, so it's melting when the temperature is that high. The butyl is melting. But what I see interesting is, for example, I was using these gloves, by the way. It might help maybe. I bought it from Amazon. It was $5 for 5 pairs. What's this? I cannot read. Walls Lemont. Yeah, I used this one. So it's pretty good for holding the thing. So when I was holding, some butyl was here. It melted on this one. So I can remove this actually when I hold it. So before living here, I was living in Arkansas. So I think the guy that I bought the car made something like this, and because of the hot weather this butyl melted. Probably this was the case in my opinion. So I think in the future I will be adding some extra silicone to the headlight. That is what I believe, because the plastic case was partly broken. I realized that while I was, squeezing the glass. So after 3 or 4 minutes I will get it from the oven, squeeze it one more time and let it, cool down, and then I will mount it to the car. Yeah, this was a lesson for me actually. I wanted to try what's going on, to see how it's happening. So it's not, I spend a lot of time for this, for days I should say. Right now what I'm thinking is maybe the easiest one was using silicone right now, what I'm thinking, because it's taken really too much time. Yeah, I hope that helps, and after getting from the oven I will show you how it looks. I took it out from the oven, so you see the detail here. So this butyl here is melting, and I did the final squeeze, and this part clicked here, this part clicked, and what I see is a part from here is missing, so it's broken. So the previous owner did something obviously here, so I couldn't click that part, but there are a lot of butyl here, and this part was clicked, this part was clicked, and this was also clicked. It's nice. So I will let it cool down. What I want to show you is the part leaking in the first place was these parts. Okay, these parts they were leaking from here. So before applying this or taking off everything, I used silicone, and this was the silicone I used. Okay, so I saw this on Chris Fix. So the temperature rating is not really high, but it's working, to be honest. I admit I thought it was not working, but I think it's working. But the mistake I made while using this silicone was I applied a really thin layer over here. So because I thought people will see it from the outside, but when you put it in the car, only this part is in the outside. Okay, so people see only this front, so this upper side is not seen by anybody. So I could, put a huge amount of silicone here, so it would stop leaking, in my opinion. So next time when this happens again, I will do it for sure, because this taking apart everything and putting them back is taking a lot of time, and I don't want to spend that much time anymore again. And what else I can say? Yeah, this is working fine. You can use this, but you should put a lot. That's what I'm thinking. And when you apply this, it's white, but after it cures, it's becoming transparent, almost transparent, like glassy or icy, I should say, not glassy but icy. But it's good. So when it is not cured, you can clear it with a wet, cloth. You can wash your hand if if your hand gets dirty with this one. So in that case, the application is really easy with this one, and you should wait at least 1 day, okay, for it to be cured. So don't be in a hurry, otherwise it will come out. So you should assign 1 day for it to cure, and no water, no wet, anything. Okay, so the final look of the headlight is like this. To be honest, I didn't really like it. It's still icy, but I will apply another coat maybe in the future. But right now it's enough. Spending that much time is enough for these headlights. Yeah, after it cools down, I will put everything back on the car, and hopefully I will show that to you as well. Here again, looks like I broke the part while sanding, so this really cost me a lot, but I'm learning anyway. I hope it helps. So I prepared my epoxy again, and I will mend them. By the way, I put the other one, I changed the bulb and put it on the car, and I tried it, and it's okay. It works fine. Now I have to wait another day. I will fix this and put it on the car, and as I say, I hope it helps you. Thanks.